Good morning. It's Ros Boundy, Psychic Medium here, and it is usually weekly, Tuesday's Intuitive Chat with Leanne and Ros. Because I am in my permanent location of home now, as you can probably see, there's the familiar door. Well, what was the wardrobe door? I try to get these levels right in the background there. That is the storage cupboard. And I have been able to bring just a little bit of furniture in here from the move from Menangi to Port Elliot, which has now happened. Today is the first day of the rest of whatever time I have here as my home in Port Elliot, and I'm really excited about that. The completion of Menangi location happened yesterday, so it's all done and dusted, and here I am at home. And I work from home. So it's just starting to feel like things will settle very soon, like everything else around us will settle very soon. Now, usually we do have Leanne with us for our Tuesday's Intuitive Chat with Leanne and Ros, because that's how I've titled the show. And that will happen, but right at the moment, because of just a little glitch, I'm not sure if Facebook has had some updates, but I couldn't do the editing, the posting, the editing of the event post. That is the usual way I do it. It wouldn't allow me to, so Leanne's just popped out so that she can do the cross-posting and the normal things that we have done as part of the process smoothly before, but this morning just didn't. So we've come up with things that just pop up and happen that you're not expecting. And so part of that is, yes, Leanne will be here in a sec. Now, just some of the housekeeping side of it. With how we do these shows, I am using the BeLive.tv, the B.live platform, so that's fine. What we're needing to do to let you know is on the other pages where I have actually shared it to personally to my Ros Boundy page as well as my Ros Boundy profile. So if you're seeing it on there and you're wanting your comments to be seen here in the background by me, you will need to actually go to the mytimetv.live page and go to the event there. I know that I've put it there. So this is where it's actually broadcasting from, is the mytimetv.live page. So in coming up with that, that's where if you type in the chat like I'm doing now, so yeah, is where you chat. Oh, well, type your chat. Whoops, and I haven't even spelt that right. Where you type in the chat stream. So that should show up in the comments. If you can see that, and it's not coming up in the comments, I think there might be a bit more. It's come up twice. They're seeing things happen as they happen. It's interesting. So there is a time delay of when I've typed in my comment and it shows up as the mytimetv.live commenting. So that's what I actually wrote just then. So it's not even coming up as Ros Boundy, which is interesting. Hi, Rachel. How are you? So you're on the right page. That's good. And Tash, you're on the right page as well. So hi, and how are you? Share it with your friends that this is the one that's the actual source page for doing our show today, so that as they comment, like you have, Rachel and Tash, that I'll be able to see them as the host of the show. So Leanne's still not here, so I have totally not prepared a single thing as far as, like I don't for this show anyway, because it actually is a potluck of whatever thought comes to the mind at the time that we go live is what we chat about as our section around chat. And it's interesting that the thought that I had at the time as I first popped into the show, because Tony, my partner, mentioned I heard someone say hello from your office, which was Leanne being in here and saying hello, because I wasn't here. I was actually in the bathroom doing a few bits and pieces. Good morning, Lynn Puff Dearly. Oh, what an interesting name there. Oh, gorgeous dog. Yeah, lovely. Now I've got, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Leanne is here now, so I'm just bringing her into the studio itself. Yes. Good. So that all worked out all right, Leanne. How are you?
I got there. I am good, thanks, hon. And you? I think I did it.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Good. Yeah.
Than normal.
Because I can actually see that there is a delay in your voice to video. So I'm just wondering if we need to pop you out again and have you come back in, or do I refresh? What do we do with that one?
I'll refresh.
And hi, Shirley. How
Let
are
me
you?
refresh and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. See what does. Because many a time there's instances like this where things weren't quite working as they normally would, that I was expecting, that we need to do a few, little fiddly bits. And as I was saying, as I was popping in first up this morning with, yes, Tony had sort of mentioned that I can hear someone saying hello from your office. I was actually in the bathroom plucking my face, because with all this restriction in services that we're having, there's certain things that you can't go and just get done anymore. One of them's fingers, manicures and stuff. Not that I don't actually have manicures, I don't get them done. I do my own nail cutting, and that's as far as that gets. But with the face, I do get waxing done. And many of you out there would know what that's about and what's involved and all the rest. And I haven't been able to, in the shift, moving, I haven't been able to even do that. So I looked at the thing this morning, and there I'm needing to actually go and pluck my face, because you can't go and get waxing done anymore like you used to be able to, even just a week ago. And here we have Shaz. Sharon. G'day, Shaz. How are you? So, oh, good. Popping in.
Morning, Shaz.
Yes, I know that she's at work with part of her work scene, but she can't do the beauty, and that's why I know the restrictions are there for doing things like the manicures, pedicures, beauty can't do, but she can still, as a remedial massage therapist, treat a one-on-one client with massage. And I it does seem a bit weird, but anyway, it meant that this morning I was plucking my face and everything madly, because I thought I didn't want anybody looking at me bush of a beard. Quite funny. The things that we need to be doing in these interesting times, isn't it? Yeah. So how are you, Leanne? As in, yes, you've popped in. It's looking better streaming. Oh, I'll take my nose off too. Just before I do take that off, it is just a reminder that we each do have online booking avenues, and that's mine. So if you need a reading that you feel led to have me do a reading for you on that one-to-one basis, that's it. So that's the link. And yours is Spiritual Sparks page on a Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's in the description wherever that's showing up today, and that's what
it should be above.
Yeah. The link to just a quick reminder to everyone: make sure you are on the mytimetv.live page, watching this on that page. Then the comments get seen. Okay, because it looks like there's not much coming through at the moment. But
yeah, I'm thinking there's something going on.
There has been some trouble with comments recently, and I think it's something to do with a Facebook issue. I get a feeling they've updated and changed something around again. There's a new version of Facebook that certain people are able to try out, and I'm not sure if that's even in beta, or it's just things are happening. Do you know anything?
It's not saying it's in beta, but why haven't we all got it? That's what I don't understand.
I know some in America have, because in the US, because I've seen there has been a mini tutorial in one of the pages that I follow where it's been shown, but I think the point was there that it wasn't available for everybody yet. So I'm just trying to
Okay.
just thinking I better move that iPad out the way. It was in the way. So
According to My Time TV, we have 11 comments. I don't think we've got that many on the screen.
I haven't got 11 showing up. There's only 5 that's showing in the stream behind here. So I really do think there is some issues, and then they'll come up in all of a block. Maybe I do need to keep the iPad in front of me and monitor on that.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Just
See if I can do it that way.
my iPad's flat. I just went that way because it's not plugged in.
That helps. Mine's 76%, so that's all right. I do find it interesting. Now I've got to remember how to get onto it with the iPad. I do find it interesting with and getting to the right one. My Time, shared My Time TV's post. So, oh, look. The original post that I had as an event looks like that's, oh, God. Do you know how to get onto it?
I just went down into My Time TV, scrolled down past the event, and it's got us live.
So I've got to go to a My Time TV page. This is a learning out loud thing, isn't it?
Tara would be proud of us.
Oh, goodness. My Time TV.live. Yes, go to the page. Hit
Scroll
that.
past the event. Yeah, into the post.
Live, and it should show. Now, I've got to mute this too, don't I? How do I do? Oh, God. Do you know, this keeps disappearing on me as well. Like, I've got our lovely faces there. But see that scroll, that thing's not
yeah.
That this is where an iPad is. There we go. And you can see that. I've got the comments on the left,
but see it
behind something. I don't know how to get it up where it's just the comments. Do you?
No. Not on my iPad.
Okay, so I'm just going to, so I've definitely got the Tash. I've said g'day to Tash, Sharon, Lily Hayes. Yes, so Lily's there, but it's not showing up on the screen. Yeah, there is an issue, isn't it?
Yeah, there is. Now we've got more comments coming now through. We've got 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely something going on.
Oh, so that's why Shaz is here, because her first client wasn't able to make it in the end. Showed the love, was wondering if there was any messages passed on. So the question's starting to come in.
There we go.
Something happening here. There.
Perfect. They have caught up.
There. And I wonder. And as again, we went to your other page, Ros first, and there's someone else there too. Yeah, that's why the reminder to make sure you're actually on the mytimetv.live page. I'm going to turn off the iPad now.
Unfortunately, I couldn't put the My Time link for the show in the thing, as you were having troubles with the permission side of it. Obviously, Facebook has changed something. It did the same to me. But I got the cross-posting done. So, if people are on any other page bar My Time TV, they need to jump over here so we can see their comments.
Yes, and you'll need to show me how to do that cross-posting thing again one day.
God, that was a nightmare. It's changed. It's changed massively. So it took me a few minutes to work it out. But, we will work on that one, Ros.
Okay. Well, we're going to need to, aren't we?
Yes. I've got to get it ready for the weekend.
Yes, that's really exciting too, isn't it?
It is.
One of those things, and that's what I was going to do, was to get a photo of the, that our little logo thingy to share it on the screen. Have you got that to share? Can you share the screen in the background as a guest or not?
I can. When I was waiting for you to come on, before I went off, it has a share screen on my end, which is unusual. So let me...
Yeah, if you get that up, because mine's in the Trello, which I'd have to still upload, log into and upload. When I do the BeLives, I do... getting a rush of the comments. They must be producing them in batches. So for everyone there, please understand, I'm very suspicious, yes, that Facebook is changing stuff again and we're having some issues. The comments just came in a flush just then. So it's going to be interesting trying to keep a track of them today. Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this picture to load in the background, and then I will come back and share my screen.
Yeah. So I'd actually put up like Lily, hi. We've got Taylor Jade, I think, was she at the top? This is where you're so much better at what's passing through as to whether it's gone through or not. G'day, Taylor. Nice to see you here too. And Marissa.
Hey, lady.
And there's the instruction on how to swipe left on an iPad. I do figure that out, but it's the muting with it. I wasn't sure what I do with that. And all the rest. Kelly.
All right.
And
can you see my screen?
Here we go. Could I have a card, please? Yeah, there's requests for the cards and that coming up. And there's Samantha. I am going to be showing this in the screen. Now, it does a count in. So what we've got here, and I'm going to just drop, I'll solo this one because what it started off with was because Leanne is hosting a psychic and wellness, and it was a car and motorbike expo as well, wasn't it, Leanne? If you speak,
it was.
The changes needing to cancel, postpone, redate that. And I felt, why don't we do it online? You give a spiel about that part, like what we did and decided to do.
Yeah, so basically on this Sunday, April the 5th, we had stall holders for Murray Bridge as my yearly, or annually I should say, fundraising event up there where we do the expo and stuff, and we have a beautiful gentleman up there that we're going to raise funds for. So we're going to reschedule that, looking at October, November, depending what happens with all these restrictions. So as we're going through the process of trying to work out how we're going to deal with all this stuff and the cancellations and whatnot, Ros come up with the idea about taking it online. So what we've done is we have decided to have a 6-hour stint live on Facebook here on My Time TV. My Time TV is one of our proud sponsors, so thank you to My Time for doing that. And we're going to present you with the stallholders still. So a lot of the stallholders are jumping over and they are booking into 15 or 25 minute sessions, and we're going to bring them up live, either Ros or myself, or they will come up live by themselves, talk about their products, their services that they provide. Some you can ask questions with and stuff like that. We have stallholders that have offered up gifts to give away to lucky viewers at the time, so you need to be live while they are on to be able to win their prize. And basically the idea behind this is still, because of those restrictions, the social restrictions, doesn't mean that we can't still be social on the internet with this. So if you want to purchase something from one of our beautiful stall holders, or book in for an online service, or even a service, you may want to buy a voucher, so when all these restrictions move, that you can then take up that offer sort of thing. They can post out to you. Stallholders businesses still have the ability to post stuff out, so you can still get your stuff. You're just going to view it online. We're going to give you details on how to contact these stallholders outside of the broadcast as well. So we're really excited. We haven't seen anything like this done before. I'm not saying nobody has, but it's the first time we've seen or heard or seen something like this. So we're really excited to see how it goes. It's going to be a long day for Ros and I and Adair. But I think they can comment. I think Adair has hooked up the bot to this show, and I think if you put the number 8 in the comments below, you will go into the bots. Not sure about that one?
The reminder, yeah, the 8. I'm not sure what the keyword was. I think
I'd say it's 8.
8, right. And there was also another one that I suggested to Adair as well, and I'm not sure if she had time to do it. If you're interested in actually having an advert spot, being one of the sponsors with an advert spot, or being one of these stall holders, because there is still a few
I think we've got 4 or 5 spots still left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to and are interested, I think it's called, I can't remember the word. Was it register?
Might be. Actually, that did pop up somewhere, whether she's put it in. But even if you wanted just to inbox Ros or I to outside of this broadcast sort of thing, or even put a comment in the stream now, and we can always come back. Put the word register if the bot isn't connected, because I know Adair was pretty busy this morning as well.
I've done that.
Yeah, we can come back to you anyway.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Like
Beautiful,
like I've done just then. I just typed in register as just the example. It's mytimetv.live that's showing
excellent.
It's done that, so it's not like
and for those
like me commenting. It's there's
certainly a little bit of a lag today, isn't there?
There is. It's very interesting how much. Well, actually, a little bit. How much it is actually a fairly big lag. And some of the commenting there. Now it's looking like, yes, I'm getting more of them streaming through. And I don't really want to lose the top part. And you know how we have had it where we've lost it.
Yeah, that's it.
We've done more lives recently to me as far as this time. About last week, pretty much, because of moving.
That's it. Just back on the online expo, that will be this Sunday 11 to 5, as the screen says. That's Australian Central Standard. No, what is it? Australian Central Daylight Time.
Yeah.
I always put the S in there as well. Yeah. But even if you are a small business or a hobby and you want to start promoting yourself, this is a brilliant way to do it, because we do go worldwide. If you don't have the confidence to come on screen, we are here to help you with that. But the other option that you do have is to purchase a ad. So in between stallholders, we will be running ads as well. So that is another great way for those that aren't quite ready to get up on screen. But believe me, once you get up there, you're not going to stop. It's addictive.
Oh, you'll be hooked.
We'll get you hooked. But like we said, we are here to help you.
And certainly with the tools that we've got with technology as it is, and all you really do need is your mobile phone and have the little app for the Be Live to download on your phone, and away you go as a guest. It is that easy. Oh, and earbuds, of course. It really is just those things that you need. We're so mobile with everything, and being able to use it to the best advantage, really, especially in the situation that we are with the coronavirus. It's really allowing us to look outside the square, different ways of doing things. It is the silver lining of those clouds, if you like.
That's it. And the other thing is, you don't need to be a reader or a healer or even in the wellness. This is open to everybody. The idea is we all come together and we support each other in these hard times. I've noticed Elizabeth's put hashtag register there. Honey, let us know if you've got a bot. You should have instantly got a bot message from My Time TV. So it'd be interesting to see if it is hooked up. If not, we will certainly, one of us will send you a link as an inbox message to you after the show.
Certainly will. And I'm just going to try. I don't think even on my Facebook page, I was just looking in the back screen of mine. It says live there. I'm just going to mute that. Sorry.
You're right.
So that I can actually comment as myself as in personal page and see if I actually get it too. Because there can be some different configurations, capital R register, or, the hashtag register. I've got no idea. I haven't got anything instantly, so that's fine.
Yeah, so maybe it's not.
We'll still be going through at the back end of it, and I still I've got other notifications popping up from things that I'm distracted. It's very annoying. I don't know how to turn it off.
So
the Hangout on Air one, but yet all this different technology, and it's interesting too how many different ones are getting shared in. That's interesting. So you stop sharing. That's popped off. Are we still in that diagonal configuration? Like,
We are on my end.
oh, I like playing around with this sort of thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's what it's
funny.
like. Be interesting to see what it turns up in the actual
The video, the
recording.
live.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
video. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. And why is that not shown? Oh, because I've got my other third one. Does that pop in there like that? Yes, it does.
There we
Right.
go.
So that's my table ready to put the cards in, to do cards. Oh, sorry if anybody's motion sickness here. I'm flipping that round. I'm playing.
I love it. Oh,
Sorry about that.
yeah.
Yes. So interesting. So just before we do get on to that, though, I'm just wanting to ask you, Leanne, I'll just drop that. So, with some of what's happening as far as the coronavirus and the rest, and all the restrictions of what we've got that pop up occasionally, well, actually more frequently now, and of course, my partner's just arrived back from down the street, and the dogs are barking.
And they went dead time.
They're going nuts. Oh dear. Is there anything in particular that you've noticed that you're finding is actually really, that's making a difference in how you're thinking or doing things? Like I mentioned, I was having to plait my hair because I can't go for a wax or whatever now. What things that you found that are restricted that you find, that frustration and the rest, and what have you worked out to be a workaround around it?
Yeah, there's a few things like with my work. Obviously, I'm not encouraging people to come into the house, my family home sort of thing for readings and stuff like that. So it's taking things online. For me, we're going out, we're going shopping and stuff like that, but I'm trying to limit the amount of times we're doing that. Even just for us, getting outside in the yard, going for a walk, even if it is just a run around the house or just down the street sort of thing. It is really important for us to get out of it, well, especially for me, to get outside of these four walls because I work in my home environment sort of thing. But even just checking on loved ones, using, the online services to connect with them in that way, the phone calls and stuff regularly rather than visiting in that way. So for me, when it comes to waxing, I'm lucky I've got my own wax pot at home. So Ros, next time I see you, I'll drop you a block of a wax sort of thing that you can do from home. But there are ways to still try to live a very normal life in that sense. It was actually really interesting yesterday because we've had a cat with a sore paw for a couple of days. And I actually thought the cat was being a hypochondriac because one minute he's walking normally, next minute he was limping sort of thing. So we had to take him to Strathalbyn to the vet yesterday. And when we got there, we pulled up and there's a big sign, A-frame sign at the entrance to the walkway to the door. And it says, stop, call us. So I rang the number on the sign and just said, we've got Dobby booked in to see the vet at this time. We're sitting in the car park. And they said, okay, we'll come out to you in a moment when we're ready. They come out, take the animal from the car. Like so, Dobby, the cat was in. We've got a ragdoll cat, so he was in his little carry basket. They took him in, and we got instructed to walk through the garden around the side of the building to the window where the vet was treating him. And they have you talk to them through the screen of the window, sort of thing. So it was really weird standing in like the bushes type of thing. Having the cat being treated, and they took him out the back to clip his hair so they could see what was going on, and came back and sort of explained it and stuff. Came back, they brought the cat to the door and opened the door so you could grab him. Like they just slipped his cage out, grabbed him, and then you go to another window to pay. So it's like kind of, if you could drive up to the building, it would be a drive-through vet. So it's really interesting watching people be creative and find ways that they can still do the things that need to be done in that way. So and still by being careful.
Yeah.
So, but my feeling is lately that we need to focus more on the positive than the fear at the moment, because honestly, I really think this is a good time for us to go back within and look at us and nurture us in this side of it. When we've got all this fear and chaos going on around us, a lot of people are getting pulled into that energy. So if we can step back, take this time, look at it as a gift. It's time for us, okay? The government are financially going to look after a lot of people, or I would say just about everybody in that sense. It might take a bit of time to kick in, but it's time for us to nurture us, not focus on the negatives. Let's start looking at the positives. So I've sort of stepped back a little bit from and having a little bit more time away from work, in the sense, because it's making it hard with having family at home all the time as well. I'm not getting my quiet time to do that, but I'm still allowing times to do it. But I've been able to do some more reading. The creative side is opening up again. So, it's finding ways to be useful, like to use that in a positive energy.
Yeah, and that's right. I've had is it a blessing or not? Anyway, the fact that I've been in that moving mode for at least the last month, really, but heavily in the last week. But back at Menengi, I didn't have a TV, so I haven't had that bombardment of the constant news updates, and I haven't been at a computer constantly, which normally I am. Which will probably start happening again now that I'm back here at home, a lot, the real home. It really is that lack of bombardment. I haven't had that experience of really sucking in the negatives or the energy around what is the coronavirus issue. It's just that feeling, look, it's temporary, it's going to pass. Yeah, there certainly is that happening of hurt, fear, and all the rest of it. But I'm not. It's made it very easy not to get into that because of the lack of connection that I've had through the technologies of TV mainly, but also just a few instances of connecting here on Facebook. I've just picked up what is my messages or inbox and gone to do more packing or moving and etc. So I suppose in that distancing, it's been a real bonus. And I think that the time that we're given now of having the isolation factors put into place, it does give us that time to be creative, to explore the things that are more outside the box and go with it. So, and even as far as with, the things that I love doing, I love doing these cards. I've been able to, the Lenormand and the readings, being able to actually explore a little more of those, making sure at least I did fit that in on my daily thing for the picture, the tuning in, the actual, that process has still been part of my daily happening, even if it's not a live stream. A couple of them did get missed because, you just get through into being the busyness of what a day comes with when you're moving. And now it's time to breathe. I can sit and I don't have a timeline for what's next. I don't have to. There's a lot of I don't have to because I don't have the timeline. And I think that's part of what is the if we can practice more of that breathing and just sitting in our space and realizing, yes, there's uncertainty about it, but I want to be, deciding I'm going to be present with what is right now and being fully present with that. And that can sometimes just be the deep breath and thinking, I wonder what I'm going to do next. I've got these things I can explore. I can't go to work. I can't do this. I can't go shopping like I normally will. Can't catch up with friends. It's limited to 2 people and not, all the things that are the suggested rules. They're not law, but they're suggested rules.
That's it.
And we can interact like this. I mean, this is almost as good
That's it. We can pour ourselves a cup of coffee. We can sit here and have a chat and a coffee, sort
Yeah.
of thing. So, and do it safely. Do you know what? I've just made a decision. Spirit has just pushed me while Ros was talking. What I'm going to do now, I haven't thought this out because this is a spare of a moment thing. What I'm going to do is, because I feel myself, this is a perfect time to nurture us and go back within and start working in from the heart and that loving energy. What I'm going to do today, I will put it out on my Facebook page. I'm going to put up my beginners level 1 psychic mediumship development class, and I'm going to drop it by, I'm being told to $250 instead of $380. So what's that? A saving of $130.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that up there today on my Leanne Winston Psychic Medium page as a special, because I think this is a perfect time for us to go back and start. This year is about opening up to our spiritual side and our growth and stuff like that. So I'm going to put that out there for those that are interested. It is an online course. So if you're home and you're restricted and sort of in lockdown, it's a perfect time to have the time that you can sit there and go through videos and learn and develop your abilities. We've all got it. Okay.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a perfect time. And even for me, when I was thinking, what can I set up pretty quickly, I thought, well, I don't want to, I've got nothing written down. There's so many ideas, but nothing written down. I thought, well, I can go with the flow and just, offer the tarot, reading your cards, and it doesn't have to be malenomant, like the Lenormand or anything specific. It's just doing something like that. So I was only thinking that that's probably what I'll end up doing. And whether I get that done today, it could be tomorrow, and not because it's April Fool's Day.
Oh, it is true. I hadn't thought about that. Ros, here's a thought for you. What about a little Zoom class?
That's how I was thinking I might do it, was with Zoom.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, the different types of technology that we've got, the platforms that we can use. Zoom is perfect for classes, for doing
definitely
style things. And that's something I'll chat with you about later, because I'm not sure what the Pro offers compared to the free version. I'm still only registered as a free user with Zoom.
Yeah.
I know there's stuff you can do in that, but it's just exploring the different things that we can use. There's other ways of doing online lessons that can be pre-recorded, like, Loom is one that I've used.
Yeah.
There's more than just that. There's Vimeo. There's,
there's stacks.
So many different things to explore.
That's it.
It really is.
Yeah. So maybe people are interested in doing a bit of a course on tarot or the cards. Maybe hashtag learn in the comments, so Ros knows that you're interested, and she could then when she's got stuff sorted, she can come back to you and say, well, this is what I'm offering, and if you're interested, then you can take it up.
Look, it's not, exactly. And I'm not into pushing a particular type of card or anything. I really would like people to actually learn from what they've got already. Like you're saying, as far as the beginners development, psychic and mediumship, you're doing, I can't remember what title you've got for your course. I know it's the beginners, because that's where we start.
Level 1.
Start as a beginner. So the level 1 of your course, it's the acknowledgement that everybody has the ability, but there's factors and parts of it that need to be learned. Same as the tools with the cards, any variety of cards, or, runes, divination with rods even. There's so many different tools we can use. And thanks, Elizabeth. I've just seen your message there. You've done hashtag. That is, yes. And as I go back with that, I'll send messages to those who are interested. I've not done something quite like that before. It's good exploration for me with a group of people to be able to do that. I wouldn't even know what sort of fee I'd charge. I'd have to for the time that I'd be using, because we all need to be supporting each other with the energy flow of money still, because that is going to be an issue for many in this time. So, and it doesn't have to be much, it's just that keep it flowing, keep the energy and support going for each other. And that's what we do with what we're doing here as our Tuesday's Intuitive Chat. It is supporting each other. And, the expectation is that we end up doing some readings. And I'm just going to remind people, make sure you're on mytimetv.live page for those who are on the others. We're halfway-ish, we're over halfway-ish through our show.
Yeah.
I usually do it around about the 11. I'm a bit late for that too, like I was this morning for my live stream. I slept in. I needed to. So, where did I get to just then? My mind just went
about readings.
Yeah, with the readings, we usually do cut into being around about doing the readings now. Yep. Remembering that it isn't always guaranteed that this show is going to have readings either. Sometimes the chat does take a precedent because it's important. And that's where I think and it's 11:11 right now on my computer, it is important to remember that it is that nurturing space of self that we're looking at as well. There's things that you're wanting to find answers for. And yes, psychic mediumship and asking the questions and having the answers is one way of doing it, whether it's cards, the other tools, etc. But it's important to be self-aware of, looking into who we are as well, not just those surface things, and looking out and about for things to please and, to solve your problem, when at times it's not. It does sometimes mean you need to be spending time in your inner space, in your heart space, and looking at what your soul's telling you, your higher self. There's lots of labels for them. I needed to tell you that's what Spirit guided me to do. As we get and move into readings. And the first one's one of yours.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Next one.
Oops, yeah, there's a mediumship one. I'm not doing them today. My mind's too scattered with still things elsewhere.
It's come off the page, Ros. I haven't got the question. Oh, there we go. Showed the loved ones, wondering if there is any messages from my past loved one, Jacob, please. Oh, I get a cheeky energy with him, honey. Oh, he's got his hand on his heart straight away. Love and pride. So is my sign for that for yourself. Now, why am I holding my back with your energy? So I don't know if there's something going on in your back or it was his back, but I just all of a sudden felt like I need to put my hands on my hips and stretch my back up. I get you've gone through a lot of changes since his passing, and I get the reference to he's very proud of the strength that you have drawn. I also want to acknowledge the tattoo that has been done in his honour, or just after his passing as well. So he wants to acknowledge that at the same time, okay? I do feel he would jump from one thing to another. So I want to say had a lot of trouble focusing on one thing at a time or for a short period of time, and then would have to something else would grab his focus with that. But he just says you have the inner strength that you don't give yourself the credit for. You hear his whispers at times. Please know that is his soul with you at that very time as well. Okay. I do feel that he is very much around you, honey. Okay. He feels your sadness too. So I want to say to look at the positives that come with his life. Look at the mark he left on life in that way. Okay, so I'll leave you with his love.
Good. And the next message that comes down to is, good morning, ladies. Hope all is good for you both, which we've already shared. Love a card or a message. So because it's a general one, I'm just going to pull the card and bring that up. What I've got for you. Excuse me, I'll do that as a solo. Oh, God. My iPad just went and dinged in my ear very loudly.
I did hear something.
Yeah, well, it's the iPad. It's because it's sitting straight underneath. Duh. Silly me. So that is the ring. So there's a level of commitment happening for you, and this is still doing it. I'm just going to have to buzz that away somewhere. So what am I feeling around this? What my eye's going to is actually that the mandala that's around and behind it, more specifically, other than the ring. I think there's actually some cycling happening in your life, like cycling as in, do you cycle, ride a bicycle? I don't know. It just feels like, there feels like things are repeating. Oh, did I take my video off? I did. How did I do this? Did I solo that? I must have. But it's just little things, the way that we do them. I'm playing again. There, that's better. And I'm still peeking around the corner, aren't I?
I love it.
Oh, sorry about that, Tara. Yeah, there's times I mess around, but it's accidental sometimes too. So that's easier to see, isn't it? A little bit. The light from the window is actually quite bright. I'm feeling that there's something that's going to be actually cycling back around for you, like going through as if it's a circle and it's returning and coming back at you. It feels like it's to do with relationship, as if there's a revisit of an issue that's needing to be sorted out and have that cleared, so that the brightness, like as in that glow, is going to reignite, type of thing. That's what I'm getting from that. So is there anything from that that you're picking up?
I think you covered it all, Ros.
Right, good. And I'll drop that one and we can go on. So yeah, just think of that commitment, and it does feel like it is moving into moving into that brightness shining out for you. And a message is from an Uncle Rodney here. If you can tap into that one for Kellyanne.
And okay, now, when that comment come up, I got this massive feeling to my stomach. So I feel like there was something around the stomach. So whether it was illness or impact, all of a sudden my stomach just really started to burn with his energy. All right, I do get a big energy with him. I do feel very much alive type of person. So I want to say more a high vibration with that. I feel like he looked on the lighter side of life a lot. I want to say focusing on the giggles, the laughter. He shows me life wasn't always easy, but he just makes reference to you got to make you make lemonade out of lemons. So he made the best of things in that way. I get the hand on the heart. So my sign for love and pride. He knows how much he is missed. Okay. He knows that you talk to him at times. So I always say, trust what you feel, think, see, hear, you know. Now, you may not actually, now something in mine's beeping, you may not actually speak out loud, but it's the thought process that they hear as well. Okay. He also wants to acknowledge the birthday that is coming up. So literally either just been in the last couple of weeks or coming up, but I actually feel like I'm more with coming up around that side of it. All right. So I'll leave you with his love. Before I do let go of that, there's something to do with the red rose. He just wants me to acknowledge the red rose. Okay. So I don't know if that's something that was given or you have something significant with the red rose.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Kellyanne. And we've got Rachel who's asking for a card regarding love. So I've already got that one out and picked. So, beautiful. And the one that I've managed to, that it's the park. So what's going through my mind is that the beautiful romantic picnic and that style of being out in the public and actually acknowledging whether it's someone that you're meeting in that sort of a situation in a park arena or out in a more natural environment, rather than being a setup, not setup. Setup's not the right word. Date type of thing. It's that accidental, or that it's just something that flows and happens in a natural course. And it feels to me like it's a picnic or barbecue or something like that that's going to be in the park, in an area that really has that moment of feeling, yes, this is connecting. This is something I want to pursue as far as that sort of relationship goes. And I'm feeling that it's actually not too far off. Are you in a relationship at the moment and wanting to grow that more? It's to me, it's feeling like it's something new, an attraction that's a spark of something fresh, new, discovery, that type of thing. Are you picking up anything else on that one, Leanne?
I get very positive with that. So to me, I feel like there's a lot of enriched energy there. So it's blossoming, it's growing. It's just about keeping it fertilized.
Yeah, nurturing. Yeah, I think planting the seed, isn't it, almost?
It is.
So, in that, yes, in that way. And Vanessa would like a card as well. I'm just going down the list at the moment now. So those who've been waiting a lot, well, yeah, you're getting them seen at the moment. I haven't seen them jumping through. Did you have your cards ready with you or not?
I haven't, but I can pull them out. Any, many, money, mo. Which deck do we want today? Let's go to the Universal. The Letterman was talking to me, but I thought I'd mix it up a little. All right.
I think it's a good idea. And the next one is card too, so I'll get that ready for the next one.
So, Vanessa, just while I shuffle my cards, sorry, I'm trying not to do that in the microphone. I feel tiredness with your energy. So whether you're feeling a little bit tired, a little bit worn down, I get the reference to you need to nurture yourself. But I want to say find the harmony in what you're doing as well. So there's inner peace there. You just need, and it's funny because I'm very much open to the way that she has opened her chest up by pulling her arms back in that degree. So I want to say open your heart up, allow that energy to flow, find that inner peace. When we go within ourselves, it's amazing that peaceful feeling that we can find. All right, so nurture you and everything will be okay.
Whoa, whose was that one? Vanessa's.
Vanessa.
Oh, they have started going off, have they? Oh, there you go. Because I had
it just took off.
Next in line was I think this was it, Lynn Puff. Was that it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So what I've got for you, Lynn, is this one, which is trying to solo. I'll be very practiced at this one day. You've got the ship. The ship is around about it's about traveling and moving things forward. So if you're actually planning a holiday, I know at the moment things are restricted with that type of thing, but for what I'm receiving with this is it's actually spending time with self as if it's on a holiday, moving things forward that's more on the internal level. And it's that discovery of what the potential might be. What other ideas have you got too that you're wanting actually to grow and develop? I like the fantasy style of ship that this is. We know, flying ship, is it a plane or is it actually a boat or is it, there's many different ways that this is actually working. In its mechanisms, you can see that there's just that inventiveness with it. So I'm thinking that there's something you're going to be moving forward as an inventiveness, and I'm feeling it actually is to do with travel, which this card for the Lenormand is a traveling card. So, needing to spend more than just a day on it. It's going to be, pack your bag and spend some time on it factor. So that's what I'm getting for you there, Lynn. And yep, hide that message from the street. Oh, hang on. Need to bring you back up there, Leanne.
I didn't realise I wasn't.
Buttons, isn't it? We're going to have a ball on Sunday.
We are, aren't we? We could be quite delirious by the end of the 6 hours.
I think this times by 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is our idea with 6 hours?
Yeah.
I love it.
Now, we've had Nataya, is that the way you pronounce that? I know we've done that one, but
Jacob.
what's that at the top again? Oh, this is look, I'm just going with the flow. What's in that stream is what's in the stream. And like I've reminded people, it is a potluck thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, your turn.
Okay. All right. Hey, Rashina. I hope you're well, honey. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Now, I think the anxiety is coming from everything else going on in the world at the moment. So I do get the reference to it's really important to focus on your breath, ground yourself, clear your mind as well, and just relax into it. So I want to say go with the flow. Okay, I know you can be quite an anxious person, like very much the thinker anyway, normally. So I want to say that things are going to be okay. Things are going to quieten down. So it is just about enjoying your family time at the moment. Okay. So I wish you all the very best with that. Just thinking about it, I just want to say to everybody, please don't shut yourselves off because we are socially distancing doesn't mean that we have to socially restrict ourselves. There are people out there with anxiety, depression, mental health issues that are sort of retracted enough when things are normal. They're only going to do that even more when they're not seeing people. So ring your loved ones, ring your friends, talk to them, video them, FaceTime them, whatever. But please do remember to reach out to others. Don't wait for people to come to you either. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, and as I'm reading this one from Marissa, please have some guidance on how to connect with your higher self. That is part of what might be in your course. It's I know that's very. I mean, here's me saying it's very easy to do, but if that's an assumption, I can be an ass between you and me, really.
Do you know what?
The question's asked because how do you? It's easy for someone who's been experienced in connecting with self for so many years. It's easy. Well,
it really is. I think it's more about learning to get out of our own head. When you can learn how to still your mind, that is the very hardest thing. Anything after that, the connection with spirit, with yourself, all that stuff with your guides, comes quite easy. It comes in a flow, but it is our mundane mind. Mundane. There's too many M's there. That's it. That really blocks that. Our minds are trained to be busy. We are the thinkers. A lot of us are. So if we can work on doing that, you've said about going bush. Wonderful. That is a great way to ground yourself and do the healing. All right. For me, I love to go and sit out in the sun. I'm actually hoping to do that this afternoon with a book for a little while later today as well. So, it is about going back within. It is about that connection to true self. Slow the breath down, do the meditation. If you can practice to slow your breath down, raise your vibrations, which we do when we are breathing into that deep breath, and clear your mind. It makes meditation easier. It opens you up. There can be so many blockages as well. So everybody is different. It's just working out how the best way for you is to do it. So trust your instincts. I think you're doing an amazing thing by going outside, grounding yourself. Just even like I did a meditation last night with Matthew. I don't know if you call it Matthew's online meditation. Even just the way the way Matthew Greenwood, that's right. I'm thinking Greendale, but that's somebody else. Matthew, even just the way he opened his meditation with breathing in through the nose, and as you exhale, you actually send that breath down into the universe, to the root of the universe. I thought that was amazing in the way of doing it. It's a different way than things I've learned in the past and that, but it's great to have a look at different people and the way they do it. But that was really moving, that meditation he did last night. So
well, I actually missed that because I was just too tired. I jokingly put in comments in the discussion of the actual event where it was placed. I didn't want everybody hearing me snore.
Well, it's lucky he can't hear us. I did it.
That was the thing, that's a joke about it, like anyone would.
Yeah, that's it.
I was quite tired. I couldn't. I knew I wasn't in the right space to do a meditation, so I thought, no, I just won't. I'll pick that up sometime today and work through that process. But he is very good at guiding the meditations.
Yeah, he put the drum into it. So, but it was really funny that you say that, Ros, though, because I just thought, it's 7:00. It's about half an hour meditation. That'd be great. I think it was nearly an hour of meditation. And I think I was about 50-something minutes into it, and my daughter walked into the room. I was so deep in the meditation, I never even heard it. She touched my arm, and I just went through the roof. And I looked, and I'm like, it's 7:50 something. And she goes, "Mum, you're asleep." I said, "No, I was meditating." But I still went through even though I was so deep, I still went through every step of that meditation. It was incredible. I needed it.
I think that one from last night, I think he's planning them as being a 2-hour session, I think, from what I saw of the
now I know.
And that's why I thought, no, I'll definitely fall asleep in the 2 hours because I'd only just started watching it to look at, do I do the replay? 10 o'clock. And I thought, nah, too tired. That's when I thought I would pick it up. I knew at 7 I couldn't have. I just knew I was too tired mentally. Now, just as when you said, as far as that lead into what you said, as clear your mind and the rest, I know for some people that is so difficult to do. It's one of those challenges I had right in the early days for myself.
Yeah.
How to clear the monkey mind, because it's what it is. It's a bloody monkey that hangs off your back and won't let go.
Literally.
And I thought, no, go back to that saying for those of you who haven't given it a try. Instead of trying to clear the mind, it's that saying of where your energy focus goes, the energy flows. So focus on the breath and taking that focus to there, and you'll be very amazed at how quickly your mind clears itself. You are focusing on the breath and following that breath through in and out. And that can be so easy to do without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Just don't think of clearing the mind. Just let it happen.
That's it. And if you, with every breath, you're relaxing your muscles as well. So you're letting go of that tension, and then you start to feel your body change. For those that really are very much in their head and find it hard to get out, I always say take that nice deep breath and see yourself breathe with each breath going deeper until you get to your feet. And if you need to, have your feet on the ground because that helps ground you. Wiggle your toes so you're actually feeling each toe touch the floor below you or the ground below you. Because when you're focusing on what your feet's doing, you're out of your head. Okay? So they're just some little tricks that you can try.
Yeah, it is. And as I'm going through and looking at so many different questions, we have sort of run out of time.
Oh, wow.
And flipping through and seeing, look, the register bot having the register word on its own as a bot response keyword hasn't been hooked up, which is fine. I'll go through for those who are interested in having either the sponsor ad a section in our show on, and if you could put that back up too, Leanne, that photo, do the share screen for that. For this Sunday, that's going to be 11 till 5. Sorry, it's a 6-hour session. We're going to try the marathon thing. We've decided, as we explained earlier, for those who are here late and don't know what we're talking about, go back and replay the video to wherever it pops up, where we explain about this Sunday where we're actually holding this event. It's a follow-on. So it's a follow-on from Leanne needing to actually postpone her in real life event that was a psychic and wellness fair at Murray Bridge. It still will happen October, November. You're not sure of the date yet, are you? Quite.
No, it just depends on what's happening with these restrictions. So I'll be early October or early November.
Yeah. So type in register if you're interested in having a stall holder type space as part of our show. We are needing to go like it's not a guarantee that you'll be accepted because we want the balance to be a fair balance of variety of those who can do this one. And we are planning and hoping to have it as a regular, maybe. It just depends how easily it is to work this for Sunday. Monday's the first one, and we're going to have a ball. So type in register if you're interested in being a stall holder or a sponsor, which is the adverts in between some of the sessions. There will be 15 minutes or 25-minute time slots available. There is a small fee, but it's not
very minimal.
Yeah. So do ask us in private message to yours, Leanne. Are you collecting the message?
Yeah, if you want to do it to mine, that's fine. But if you've put register here in the comments as well, what I will do is I will inbox you. So if we're not, obviously a lot of you aren't friends in my private page, keep an eye on your inbox in ones that will come. What do they call that when it's not a friends one, but they're not notified? I can't think what it's called, but I know in mine it says I think in mine. Sorry, Ros.
we'll be back to you though. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, the
So
communication will start.
that's it. Just keep an eye on your inboxes in that sense, because it may come up from an unknown, I think it's called, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you got to sort of look for it a little bit. But for those that have put registered, I will drop you a inbox message within the next hour.
Yeah.
And I will keep an eye on it through the day for those that come up in the replay. Okay.
Yeah, because it really is. Now, the learn hashtag was around cards and reading cards as the tool. Your own or what I've got, look, it doesn't matter. We'll suss that out at the time that I get that set up, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow. So, there's always steps and processes to everything. And as we do move through and look outside the box for some of the different things that are happening around us now, I just went and this one shone into my face as far as it goes. Saw on the Facebook the other day that kids are going back to the old games that we used to do. Hotspot, things like that. And
I love it.
that's where I find it really is interesting. Nothing gets too old. We can revisit some of what used to be, even in my grandparents' days. There was, and in the packing of things, there was all it was a wooden thing. It looked like a teardrop in the down with a little handle. What it actually was, or is, because I've kept it was a handcrafted spinning top. You spin it and it goes and all the rest. Someone had obviously done it because it was in perfect shape, perfect structure, and it spun perfectly. It's little things like that. You sort of think your kids can do that sort of thing with a pencil stuck through a potato or something like that and spin it and see what sort of drawing it does on paper. All the inventive, creative ways we can do things and creative ways that we can be in our own space and being present fully in this time of sharing with each other in, this physical distancing. I think social distancing or social whatever they've called it is a stupid way of doing it. We're needing to be physically apart. Doesn't mean you can't do the social thing. So being interactive with people. Now, we're needing to finish our interactivity right now because we allocate around an hour. We've done that. So it's lovely, and thank you to everybody for coming in, even with the little issue we had at the start with Facebook or whatever it is that's doing changes, etc. And thank you so much for being here with me as well too, Leanne, because we do look forward to these days on Tuesday.
We do. I missed last week.
Yeah, well, I did too, but I was hard at
I bet.
Now it's just getting rid of all the boxes with the things in them, or putting them in places, finding the space and place. So be creative in how you're looking at what these times are and allow blossoming of new things, new ideas and ways of doing things, whether they last or not. We know this time of the virus is temporary. That's a given because it does pass. It's like any of the viruses and things that are like this. Yes, it's different to previous, but it will pass, and we're going to be here again next week to join in with whatever next week's got. Be present in the moment of what you've got right now.
That's it. And remember, you're never alone. There's people only a phone call away. You only have to reach out. We're all here for each other.
Yep, exactly. So thank you for being here. Until next week, anything you want to finish with? Have we remembered everything that we're going to do?
I think we've done everything.
I will say bye to everyone. I'll complete the recording. Remember, it is also available as a replay. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.